Trey.
How you doing, Trey?
How you doing?
Patrick.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
I like that sweatshirt right there. Trey McBride, Rockin Protein. You can tell this guy, he rocks a lot of protein right here.
Yeah, you don't look like this by not, just rocking protein for sure.
So tell me a little bit more about your partnership you have with Rockin Protein right here.
Yeah, they're an Arizona-based company, a company I partnered with, and they do a great job of they have the best tasting protein on the market, in my opinion. It doesn't have that chalky taste afterwards. It tastes great. They have 3 great flavors, and most importantly, you can buy it all over the country. You don't have to be in Arizona. You can get it anywhere. If you just go to rockinprotein.com, you can find where it's located and near you, for sure.
Nice. Favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor, they got vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. I'm a huge vanilla guy. Super simple, straight to the point. Can't go wrong with that. Just crush a couple of those before I go work out.
Love that. By the way, do you know that your Wikipedia page is you playing basketball at Fort Morgan?
Yeah, that's incredible. I don't know why. I was a halfway decent basketball player, but that's from 2018. We can't get someone to
7
update.
years ago.
Yeah, can we get someone to update that Wikipedia profile?
Someone update.
You look
Trey
pretty. You look pretty jacked in the picture. So
that's Rockin Protein right there.
That's protein for sure. No, they were. That was just me fouling people, and I wasn't. It was a lot of fun though.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So obviously you're becoming one of the better tight ends in the league. But as you were getting ready to enter the NFL, were there any tight ends that you looked up to growing up, or anybody you modeled your game after?
Yeah, it's funny. Joel Dreesen's a guy from my hometown who played in the NFL for 7 or 8 years, and I wanted to be just like Joel. He went to Colorado State. I went to Colorado State. He played tight end. I played tight end. But, outside of him, George Kittle's another guy that sticks out to me, a guy who is such an asset in the run game and the pass game. He does everything the right way and is a hoot to be around too. So it's been a lot of fun to just become friends with those guys and be in the same conversation as some of those guys too.
Speaking of that, blocking tight end, do you hate when it's a run play? Are you just sitting there trying not to give it away at the line of scrimmage?
No, I don't hate it. I think it actually helps me out a little bit to where a lot of my catches are off of play action stuff where they're faking the run and then they're dumping it to me right behind the linebackers. So being an asset in the run game actually helps, catch the ball because they don't bite if you never block, and then all of a sudden you're in there and it's like they're not
it's
dumb.
Yeah,
they're not dumb either. So if you can block a little bit, it definitely helps get you open in the long run.
Yeah. So you've been 3 years in the league now, and your production has improved every single year. How has your game evolved from being a rookie to what you are right now?
Yeah, I think the game really slowed down for me. Just to be there and to see the defense. The game's a little bit faster than it was in college. So just understanding what's going on there, and then just me and Kyler, our connection, our relationship has grown significantly, and I think it's just going to continue to grow. So I'm excited to see where we can take this thing, how much better we can really get.
Yeah, you see a lot of guys. Mahomes and Kelce, I think, are a great example. You always hear the announcers talk about they do a lot of off-script stuff, and Kelce has a feel. Mahomes has a feel. He knows what Kelce's going to do, where he's going to be in certain coverages. Do you guys feel like that's starting to develop with you and Kyler?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's getting there, and it's only going to get better. He knows exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what he's doing, but most importantly, I think it's just me getting open for him. He's a tremendous athlete. He's going to put the ball where it needs to be, and I just got to get open for him, and he's going to make it happen for me.
Yeah, Travis talks about freelancing, that he has a little ability in the offense to freelance because him and Patrick have that connection. Have you and Kyler grown to the freelance connection yet?
I think I got a little bit of freedom, but Travis, sometimes it looks like he has no idea what he's doing out there, but they do a great job. Obviously, he's been very successful. He knows how to find zones and get open, but Kyler and I have a little bit of that, but I have a little more structure than Travis gets for sure.
He likes the lateral.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to Jonathan Gannon and say, hey, look, he's doing it?
Yeah, no,
let me lateral.
Yeah, no, he's not opposed, but I just don't want it's good until it isn't good, and then and then it's real bad.
But he's not opposed.
Yeah, he's not opposed to it. It's just got to be the right place, the right time, and I'm still waiting for that moment too.
Travis Kelce's kind of gotten to the point where he has enough equity built up, he can try something crazy like that.
Try that for sure.
I think when they ask Andy about that, they're like, do you encourage him to do that? And Andy just says, if it works.
If it works.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's all good until it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about Travis Kelce, so we'll ask you a little bit more about him. I think he's one of the best, if not the best tight end of all time. Consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, just incredible production, durability. What do you think it is about his game that makes him so special?
Really, I think it's his ability to get open and find zones like we kind of talked about. His longevity, obviously, he's very healthy. That plays a huge part in it, but just his ability to find zones and to get open. He gets a little bit of freedom to do what he wants, and he does a great job. Him and Mahomes have a great connection, and obviously he's been doing it at a very high level for a long time. So I'm excited to play against him whenever we do, and it's just cool to watch him and take any bits and pieces I can from him.
Sure. The Cardinals were one of my dark horse teams this year. I was really high on you guys coming off of 4 wins the year prior.
Right.
Really took a step forward this year, but there were a lot of inconsistencies, some growing pains here. But I think you saw what you could do. I mean, you beat some great teams this year. What do you have to do next year to kind of take away those inconsistencies and those low points and make just the highs more of the norm?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of confidence. Now that we know what we're capable of, we know we can be in the playoffs. We know what we're – and it's just like maybe last year we weren't sure. We were kind of timid about what. Now it's like we expect to be in the playoffs. We expect to be a team that's competing in the postseason. And I think Jonathan Gannon and Monty have done a great job of building the foundation, building the culture from the ground up. And they're bringing the right coaches in, bringing the right players in. And I'm just eager to see where we can take this thing the next couple years.
Yeah. Who's on your tight end Mount Rushmore?
That's a great question. Gronk's obviously up there. He's a guy who's done it at a high level. I would put Travis up there just because he's had such a great career. Shannon Sharp's another guy. I'm a Colorado guy, so loved watching him. And then you can go with Tony Gonzalez or one of those guys too.
Yeah.
But there's so many great tight ends, and it's just the position just keeps evolving, and a lot of us younger guys now are starting to take that next step, and it's just exciting to see where this position can really go.
Yeah, with the position evolving, going younger, again, it's leaning a little bit more towards the Travis Kelce route less than the Gronkowski route. It's not saying one way's better than the other, but just the way the NFL has evolved, or in the tight end position has evolved. Do you feel like that's the perfect era for you to be in versus maybe the 80s, the 90s, where it is more block focused?
No, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. Now that we have the opportunity to go out there and catch 10 balls a game, I mean, it's so fun just to be out there knowing that we can make a difference, and we're not just there for the run game. We can be an asset in the pass game. We can score touchdowns, all that stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm excited to see where this position can continue to grow, and there's a lot of really young tight ends. Brock's another guy that sticks out, Sam Laporta, guys like that you just never know. We can take this thing to the next level for sure.
We talked a lot about tight ends, but to be a great tight end in this league, you need a great quarterback. You mentioned Kyler's athleticism and the rapport that you guys are developing. Do you feel like sometimes he's a little bit overlooked or underrated as far as NFL quarterbacks go?
He gets a bad rap by the media a lot, and the guy's a Heisman winner. He's a first overall pick, drafted in baseball. I mean, he's a freak athlete. He does everything the right way, and he's a guy that I love playing with because the play's never over. Once you think he's going to get sacked or tackled, he spins out of it. He makes 4, 5, 6 guys miss, and then he throws the ball a mile down the field for a huge gain. So he's so much fun to play with. You never know what you're going to get with him, and I just love everything about him. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I do want to say I appreciate you and Kyler for winning me my fantasy football league this year.
There you go. I'll have to let him know.
Have you gotten a lot of that this year?
Oh, that's all I get, man. All my DMs they either love me or they hate me for fantasy football.
Well, they have to love you. You went off this year. What? Come on.
Yeah.
If they hate you, they have unrealistic expectations.
No doubt. But it was a very cool, just to be a huge part of that fantasy stuff, and it was very cool.
Yeah, with Kyler, you're saying the Call of Duty stuff's a little overrated, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
A little overblown?
Yeah, that stuff gets blown out of proportion, and it's just kind of been something that people have taken and kind of ran with it. But, he does everything the right way. I feel so prepared every week going into every game with him, and I'm excited to see how our connection and everything can grow the next few years.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we got to get you out of here, but before we do, we got to ask you, who do you think's going to win on Sunday?
You know what? It doesn't really matter to me. I got no skin in the game. In my opinion, I want both tight ends to just eat. I want each Dallas and Travis to both have 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Calcaterra and Noah Gray. Get the bag.
Yeah. Let's each one of those guys can maybe sneak in there too. But
cool.
They're both great. Both great teams. It would be cool to see those guys three-peat, but at the same time, it'd be cool to Saquon and Jalen to get one as well. So,
awesome. Trey McBride, really appreciate it. Everyone, Rockin Protein right here, and you can look like him or look like his Wikipedia page. That's a high school guy. That's him in high school. Yeah. Look at my high school thing. I did not look like that. He's built different.
You don't look like that now.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much,
man. Appreciate you guys.
Best of luck next season.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take it easy.